Stop that. Gross.
Sorry,
Stop.
I just had taffy.
No. Stop it! It's terrible.
I am the taffy lord.
Welcome to episode number 22 of the Keep Up Podcast. I'm here with Tim.
Who now has a broken arm. It won't even move.
What's up, Tim? How are you?
Nothing. I am red.
Good. You're what? We should just answer that question in colors from now on.
Yes.
How you doing?
Red.
Great.
Thanks.
Awesome. I don't know. I have some reflections.
Just get right into it. All right.
Do it. I don't know. Whatever. We have a lot to do today, Tim.
Yeah.
So we're going to record this, and then we're going to record some other stuff that you folks won't see until later.
A brand new show.
So shut up.
I'm ready.
And I'm sorry for my aggression. I'm in an odd shape today.
Are you feeling triangle by any chance?
You know what's funny is I was going for the phrase rare form, but what came out was odd shape, which is similar.
I guess. Form, shape.
Yeah.
Rare,
I
odd.
don't know. It's been a crazy day already.
Yeah. It's only 11 o'clock at night.
It's all a lot of it's mental because I know what we
actually
have to do.
In the morning.
Yeah, I know. It's in the morning. Tim just yells stuff.
I do. I feel like the best time is when you don't know what's going on.
Speaking of which, let me reflect.
Okay.
These are not big deals.
They're not?
Nope. One,
Uh-huh.
when we talked about Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
Which I went back and kind of revisited a little bit because we've been getting some comments on there. And I apologize for taking a long time to respond to those particular comments.
You know, I feel like it's better late than never.
I agree. I agree. So, but that's been awesome conversing with you guys on there. And thank you for the typing. And then I can respond and Tim can respond and we can have a conversation. Technology. You know?
Radical.
So, Booyakasha. I was on there, and we talked about Alfred, and recently I was talking to my friend Sarah, our friend Sarah. We did an interview with our friend Sarah, author, writer, upcoming author, Sarah Daniels. And she mentioned how Jeremy Irons plays Alfred. Now, I already know you don't really know who that is, and I'm not super familiar with his body of work. But I know he's a well-trained actor, and I knew that it was him who played Alfred, but I had forgotten when we were talking about that in the episode, and I just feel silly.
I mean, we're not an encyclopedia.
I know.
We don't know everything.
I know.
Except for Encyclopedia Brown.
Right, and I'm not saying, he knows everything.
He knows everything.
And I'm not saying I, knew it, but, I had read it, and I was like, oh, that's Jeremy Irons, but then we were talking about it, and I didn't, so I just felt...
We were just hot in the moment.
Hot in the moment. What?
That's when you are hot in the moment.
Oh, thanks for explaining.
It's like being in the hot seat.
It sounds like a thing on the news. Like now on Hot in the Moment with Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher? Thanks, Princess Leia, I guess.
I don't know. My other quick reflection, I think it was in the last episode, I said that I Kill Giants is 8 issues long. It's
you
only
killed giants?
No.
You're sick.
I mean, maybe.
They're gone, Brett. Was that you? Who killed Andre?
No, I had nothing to do with his death. What's happening over
You
here?
throw your phone out the window.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
There are
here.
no windows in here.
That's the window. The portal to their house.
I Kill Giants is a 7-issue series.
Instead of what?
So if you're looking for the 8th issue and grand finale to I Kill Giants,
That still makes me laugh.
you can stop your search.
Oh, I can only imagine just that one guy who listened. He's like, there's 8 issues.
There's an 8th.
He probably read it years ago and thought it was all over. And he's like, I must find it.
It's like, I know.
Or she.
I know this issue said the end, but there's got to be another one.
Brett wouldn't lie to
Brett
me.
would never lie. And I wouldn't intentionally.
Right. And that's why you got to watch the sequel.
Try not to lie
Yeah.
intentionally. Anyways, that's the end of reflections unless you have anything to reflect upon.
My beautiful face.
Okay.
We got haircuts, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Tim did. Did I? I did.
You did, but you're wearing a hat. You're hideous.
Thanks.
What can you do with that? What is your end goal with your hair?
This.
that, like a super tall mohawk that falls over. You know how much gel you'll need?
I could use Elmer's glue.
That would be hideous.
I can do anything I want with it. That's
Anything
why I like it.
he wants.
I can do this.
You look like the most hardcorest of emotional children, otherwise known as emos.
Or I could do this. I could go a little sideways. I could do a little slick back situation.
Oh yeah. But if you sneeze, it explodes.
What, my hair?
Uh-huh.
Like that?
That was quite graceful. You could be Fabio. You have nice, like, Fabio hair.
I conditioned today.
Oh, that's...
Or I could, let me see if I could do like the 90s, like bowl cut situation.
Oh, God. You're someone I totally want to avoid now.
I'm sorry for everyone listening. This is not fun for you.
Brett just had the most emotional hair party.
We did a lot of visual stuff.
Yes.
Now I'm putting it up in a bun.
Oh.
See? I can do that.
Weird.
I can...
Weird.
Then I can just cover it up in a hat. So
how does it feel with the hat?
I don't even notice it.
Oh. So you're numb on the top of your skull? Would you call yourself a numbskull?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did get haircuts. I'm sorry for the extremely visual part of our audio
They gotta
podcast.
understand.
But you can check out the Vodcast for the hair party. I mean, what else? You shaved your beards?
Yeah.
Trimmed
That's such
it?
an emotional, like,
Situation.
6 hours.
But 6 hours. Yours at least grows back. Mine,
yours doesn't?
I mean, barely. This is like 4.5 years I've been growing this.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm also exaggerating insanely.
I always feel bad for the guys who can't grow facial hair.
Yeah, well, that's kind of me.
You have it.
I guess, but it's like...
Like, compared to some of my other friends who get,
Yeah.
like, just a little stubble or peach fuzz.
just one lone hair.
I don't understand those poor guys.
Yeah.
I'm a beard guy for sure.
I know. I wish I could grow more, but it's patchy.
Oh, hi, Patchy. Are you a pirate?
Why would it be a... Oh.
SpongeBob reference.
My mind went to a bunch of different things.
Like-
There's patchy.
Uh-huh.
You could be an Apache.
Oh, like an Indian?
Yeah, an Apache Indian or Patch Adams.
Who?
Patch Adams.
Does he fix things? Does he patch them up?
Patch Adams.
Patch Adams.
Your homework is to Google Patch Adams.
Your homework is to watch Into the Blue.
Why?
I don't know.
Let's move on to TV.
Okay.
Why is Into the Blue in your brain right now?
I don't know. What is that?
Is it like a surfing movie? Or is
Oh,
it
is
a
that the,
shark
like-
movie?
No.
Surfing sharks.
I want to see that. Into the Blue is the sexy one.
Though, yeah, isn't it like, it's basically the equivalent of like Step Up, but for surfing. Isn't it?
I thought that was the one where the two teenagers are trapped on the island and they're doing sexy time.
Into the Blue?
I thought so.
No.
What am I thinking of? Blue Lagoon or something?
I think so, yeah. It's not the sexy one. I thought you meant it's the sexy one because it's like...
Shirtless guys everywhere?
Yeah, probably, yeah. And I think the cover's just like a girl in a bikini holding a surfboard.
That's all the good movies.
And that is like much more like on the sexy spectrum than like people dying at sea.
Right.
Sexy. So I thought that's what you were
That's
thinking.
two different sexies.
It's very different market.
So then Into the Blue is...
I think it's we could just look it up, but I kind of like
guessing.
basking in our ignorance right now.
What's the one with the shark and Samuel L. Jackson?
That is Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
The shark and Samuel L. Jackson. The buddy cop movie with Officer Shark and Samuel L. Jackson.
He just can't get over his fear of sharks, but they have to learn to work
They
together.
have to work together.
Catching the big fish.
Oh,
I'd
that's
watch
amazing. I would absolutely watch that.
What would it be called?
He's never had to face his fear like the day he met his new partner. Hey, I'm a shark.
His mother was ripped to pieces as a child. Wait, He was a child, and then his mother was ripped to pieces.
His mother was ripped to pieces as a child.
Oh,
I can't. We got to move on from this.
and the name of the movie would be Fish Out of Water.
Yes, absolutely. That's good. It's clever because Samuel L. Jackson's character is in a new situation he's never
Right.
been in, and there's literally a shark out of water.
How does he walk? Like on his little back?
I mean, he's basically just humanoid, except he has a shark
head.
I think. Who was the cop in Kung Fury?
It was
Triceracop?
yes, Triceracop.
That's all I can think of.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a shark. We're partners now. You got to deal with it.
I love his accent.
It has to be like that.
How does he adopt an accent?
I mean, it's just where he's from.
So is one of his parents a shark and the other one's human?
They're both human.
Okay,
But
you
yeah,
know?
maybe he's
that's
he's
fine.
mixed.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he just got that recessive gene.
that's that one gene. Okay. Watch any shows?
I don't know. I did watch a show.
What show did
The
you watch?
Amazing Race.
I have heard of it.
It's a show where people run.
Sweet. Let's head into movies.
Ruining my moment.
Tell me about it. I've never seen it. I've heard about it. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, I think that was all the same stuff. So this is
Yeah.
a show that I've
It's a show.
I've never watched
You've
before.
never watched before.
Never.
Never.
You know? Yeah.
What?
Have you ever heard that theory where
Have I ever heard the theory?
if you talk...
If I talk,
No, you can't talk.
I can't talk.
See, this is why.
This is why?
I can't talk.
You can't?
I can't.
Why not?
Because if you hear
If
yourself,
I hear yourself,
but a little delayed,
but a little delayed, okay.
you can't
you
talk
can't talk
normally.
normal.
So because you're repeating me,
Right.
I'm going to start slurring
You're going to
my
start
worlds.
slurring your
See?
worlds?
It happened.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's you can do it with headphones, but if somebody does that,
Yeah.
you can't talk normal.
Wow, that was
Wow, that was
amazing.
amazing.
Stop.
Well, to test it out, 'cause you really can't talk. It's just like a little delay, but exactly as you say it, and you just start going back.
You start slurring your worlds.
Oh,
That was amazing.
yeah.
Thank you for teaching me that. Tell me about The Amazing Race.
I don't want to anymore.
I
You
will
scare me.
I will stop using you as my science experiment, I swear.
So I never watched it before.
Okay.
And this was my first year watching it because it was like the Internet Celebrity Edition.
Oh.
So it had like Zach King from Vines. He does, the magic vines.
Oh, that dude's unbelievable.
He's awesome.
yeah.
And it's got like Tyler Oakley and a bunch of, famous YouTube stars.
Okay.
So I was watching it for the Rooster Teeth, Bernie and Ashley. They were just like people I like to watch. So
Is it always themed like that?
I've never watched it before.
Oh, okay,
So, but most of the time, like the first few seasons, well, most of the time from what I know, it's all random people.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe they have themes like lovers or, best friends, whatever it is. So this is my first year watching it. And I got to say, it was actually really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest fan of like reality TV. Like I watch it and I'm like, oh, that was cool. But
Yeah.
I never watch like a show,
Yeah.
like a reality show. So I watched it and I almost really, really want to do it. Like just go do it. But looking at it, I'm like, I could never do one thing on here.
How does it work? Like,
So they had to go to a bunch of different countries around the world and do like these little events called like roadblocks and detours and stuff.
Okay.
And they do like these 3 little challenges and then they have to get to the end. And but they like you get not transported. You fly to other countries.
they teleport
I
you.
wish.
That'd be awesome.
So you fly to countries you don't know, nothing about. You don't know what the challenges are. It's just all like just a race, basically, like an obstacle course. So like for instance, they went. I don't know the place, but it was like snowy mountains.
Okay.
And they got all this gear, but they had to like climb a mountain, like rappel across.
What?
They had to. It's the things they do look amazing, but I could never do it once in my life.
that
like,
sounds...
I wish I could explain more, but you had to watch the show for it to make sense,
Yeah,
I guess. But it's just something that I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And
That's
it was
so
really
cool.
good. And it just finished, but I won't say who won because but somebody gets eliminated every episode. And
Okay.
So you're watching, hoping for your team to make it to the end.
So were you rooting for the Rooster Teeth clan?
Yes, the whole time I wanted them to win.
Oh, spoilers.
I just want to bring it up because it's something I really liked, and I thought people might enjoy it because it's super thrilling.
Yeah.
Watching the whole time, I'm like on the edge of my seat.
That's
like,
really
please.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had this like obsession with obstacle courses. Maybe that's not a thing just for me, but like honestly, like I remember as a kid seeing like commercials for enlisting in the army, and they would show them like running up a wall and then like zip lining across something. I'd be like, is that the army?
It's like I want to do that.
I want to do it. I don't know why it's like obstacle courses just seem so fun.
I agree 100%. I think that's kind of like the appeal to the show because it's like amazing, incredible things, but they're all just like obstacle courses to get to.
So is each episode in a different location?
Yep. Every episode they go to a new country. So, they might not know the language. They don't know where they are at all. So they just get plopped down in this country and have to go find their next destination.
Wow.
Which they could totally get lost and never do an obstacle. Like they don't help at all. But I mean, this season everyone's good, and they give you signs and notes and all this stuff so you can find your way. But
that sounds really cool.
It's crazy. It's like I can't believe they can get to these locations.
Yeah.
I would get so lost.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to try it.
Yeah, all we have to do is go and apply, Brett. We could be on.
Is that all we have to do?
And lose 400 pounds.
Are we in total? Yeah, that sounds excellent. I mean,
I just brought it up because it's cool.
That's Timmy. You can bring up whatever you want.
It's
our show. We do what we want. Stop doing that, though. You're
said
not
we do
allowed
what
to
we
do
want.
that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Stop! I hate it.
So, did you watch any shows?
I last night finished watching S.H.I.E.L.D. All the
Agents
shows.
of?
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because there is a show called The
Right,
Shield.
I'm not watching The Shield, but I have been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And all the shows I watch are like coming to a close, which is kind of nice. I'll be honest, it can feel a little stressful.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, I've decided that. What?
Don't worry about it.
I just wanted to say, I've decided that I'm going to finish Flash and Arrow and then catch up on everything else once
Really?
those two are over. Yep.
Now, I've got a few things I got to catch up on. I am caught up on almost everything. Flash had what I think was the finale last night.
There's one more episode, I think.
Is there?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I knew it was either the finale or second to last episode, so I need to watch that. Arrow will be tonight. Last night, I finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was a season finale, 2-hour finale. It was unbelievable.
Has it been better than the other two season finales?
I guess I can't directly remember the individual finale episodes.
Well, season 2.
Yep. Season 2's, was that the reveal? Like the first big reveal?
No.
No?
The one with Gemma?
Oh.
That was season 2.
The finale?
Yes.
That was nuts.
That was insane.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say this.
And you're right. I think it did have the reveal that you were talking about with, well, I don't know. What reveal?
No, we already knew at that point that I think it was earlier in the season because they did some stuff with it. I don't want to. It's like a massive,
right,
massive thing. If you haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you should watch all of season 1. It's fun. Season 1 is fun, but when like stuff really starts going, like, and you'll know when there's something. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's a moment where you're like, okay, like things are getting crazy. So it's so good. Still, I really enjoy it. I love all the characters, and they one thing I will say, which I think I had mentioned before, is they did with this show what they did with Arrow this season, where at the beginning they tell you someone's going to die by the end of the season. And this one, they started it at the mid-season, after the mid-season break. So when they came back, they set something up that's like, oh, someone might die by the end of this season. So you're kind of handling that and waiting for it, and they use that pretty well. They have a way of making that. There are a couple moments you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Right.
And they use it very well in the last, what is actually 2 episodes. And there's one moment in the finale, like within the last 10 minutes, that is, I really can't talk about it, but it's like this beautiful moment that I just think creatively is like brilliant. And it's a point, it was something that's like, I don't know, you ever watch something and the ending is happening and you kind of get to like this climax of events and you're like, how did they even get me here? Like, how did they get me to this scene where these characters are interacting this way? It's just like, I wish I could talk about it more. But when you catch up, you'll have to let me know because it was a really, really good finale. Maybe not as, it's weird because they wrap up the storyline and then they do, or the arc, I should say, and then they do, they give you a little glimpse of what's to come.
Okay, cool.
So they do that thing where it's like, it's the end of the season and they flash forward in time a little bit and show you some stuff that's going on. So we're going to see, I think, a very different Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. next season.
Oh, cool.
And I'm interested to see where they go. But I still like the show a lot. I'm going to keep up with it. And I know you haven't seen it yet, but it's very closely integrated with Civil War.
Oh, awesome.
And nothing crazy, but just the episode that came out after Civil War came out is like tied right in, and it just reminds you how...
I love when they do that.
Yeah, it's so good. So yeah, I'm caught up on that, and definitely you have some episodes to look forward to because it's really good.
A lot of episodes and a lot of things to catch up to.
Yeah, I mean, after I kind of wrap up everything on this season, like I'm a little behind on Gotham, and we have one episode of Once Upon a Time left, which we've stuck with. We're like not sure if we're going to watch it next, we being me and Rachel, because I don't know. We just don't know. Like it's ups and downs, and this season did have an episode that made us almost cry. So it's like, they still got it. Like they still got something.
But they're just getting old at this point. Like
yeah, and they're kind of like, there's some repeated story, like plot points that when it comes up, I'm like, kind of sick of this. Like,
I'm curious if they're going to lose their memories again next season.
Oh, I know. See, that's been like the thing over and over again. So how far back are you on that show?
Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
I think I only watched like 3 episodes in the newest season.
All right, so you have a good amount. It's fun. They introduced some cool characters this season, and actually they just introduced a new one. So the season finale is also 2 episodes, 2 hours that they played back to back, and they introduce a new character like in the finale, which is interesting.
Is it Darth Vader?
Yes.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Disney.
Darth Vader.
Disney owns them, so
that would be interesting.
But
after I'm done with everything, I never even watched a single episode of Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh my God.
Or Ash versus Evil Dead. Yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
Yep, that one. And then what's the other one we were going to watch that was like it was like a martial arts Western?
Oh, I have that one, Into the Badlands.
Into the Badlands.
Still have that one recorded.
Okay. Haven't watched that, but I plan to.
And Supergirl.
Supergirl, man. It's getting moved to the CW, and they did the Flash crossover. She didn't come to Flash, but Flash went to Supergirl, and I haven't seen that. I watched, I think, 2 episodes, and I think I might just binge that afterwards, because if it's coming to the CW, I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm also rather uninformed because I only watched the 2 episodes.
Right.
But people are saying like there's petitions online, keep Supergirl going, renew it for a new season, and
it did get renewed for season 2.
Yeah, right.
Because it's coming to CW, so.
Yeah. But just before that, I was seeing stuff online, like people saying like save Supergirl and all this stuff, and
I mean, it is part of that collective universe. After Flash went there, went to her universe, it makes sense that she's coming to the CW.
Right. So, and I think it's probably going to have more appeal being there. I don't know if I think they had the same producer.
Yes, yeah, I read that.
Is it Jennifer Lentz?
I don't know the name, but...
I think that was it. It's something like that because I kept thinking Lance, like Laurel and her father. Yeah. And it always shows up at the beginning of Arrow, like produced by this person. Anyways, they had like the same producer and everything. Yeah. So it makes sense, but I will probably catch up to that. And it's interesting along the lines of shows being renewed and canceled. Agent Carter is not getting a 3rd season.
Nope. Which, I mean, they kind of thought that was going to happen after the 1st season, but they kept it going, and season 2 was good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily end off on a cliffhanger, But it ends at a point where I wish there's maybe one more episode just to see where Peggy is at.
Yeah.
But I won't spoil it. I just so it's a little upsetting not seeing another season or even just one more episode. I think would be good. But
I think it would be cool if she got. Well, I don't know. You can't really do like. I guess that was the best format for her. I was going to say, I wonder if they could do like an Agent Carter movie. Because I feel like there's more they could do in that era that is, after Cap has been frozen.
Right.
But also S.H.I.E.L.D. is still around and there's still Hydra stuff to deal with, So.
Well, she creates S.H.I.E.L.D. She's the founding.
Yeah, right.
But she hasn't made it yet, at least so far in Agent Carter.
Oh, okay.
So I think that would be interesting to see how it's formed.
Right, yeah, see, that'd be cool.
I do remember an episode where, or it was actually in S.H.I.E.L.D., where she was, part of S.H.I.E.L.D. They were looking for, it was back in like World War II, and they were looking for the obelisk.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a taste of what it was like when she was the director, I guess. But we haven't seen much.
Right.
So that's what I'd like to see, like how that gets formed, I guess.
Yeah, because now that's. I feel like there's more story that they could tell, but if they're just not going to focus on Agent Carter, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I really loved the first season. I haven't watched the second one yet. I love everyone involved in that. I love the guy who plays Stark.
I want to say Howard, but
I think it is.
Howard? Well, isn't it Howard Stark?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's what you were asking? I thought you were asking for the actor's name.
No.
Oh, just Howard Stark.
It's Howard?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his first name. I was going to say Tony Stark's dad, but I was trying to reach for the first name.
Yeah, I thought you were looking for the actor.
No, but I love the portrayal of his character. Peggy Carter's awesome. Like, and who's the guy? Who's the other guy? I haven't watched it in a long time.
I know, and I just watched it. I should know his name. It is.
It's not Jarvis, right?
Oh, you're talking about the butler.
The butler.
Yeah, Jarvis.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I forgot about Jarvis. My bad.
I see. So all I have is Agent Carter, which I haven't watched since last year.
Right.
But I enjoyed all of those characters, and they canceled. Well, it had gotten renewed for a third season, but then they.
Oh, that's what happened. It got renewed.
Yeah, I was reading about it the other day, and then it got canceled. And also, and part of it had to do with the actress, though. She took on another job.
Right. She was doing a new show or a new movie or something.
Yeah, I think it's a show on
ABC.
Yeah, it is, right? Same
I think
network.
so, yeah.
So she's going to be prioritizing that instead. But it's cool. I'm glad we got what we got. A couple seasons of it. And then also Marvel Most Wanted got canceled.
Yep.
Which was going to be focused on Bobby and Hunter from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which, that's a bummer. I would have liked to see more of that.
Yeah, I'm curious what kind of direction that would have went. Like, were they going to hunt down Inhumans, or were they going to...
Yeah, is it going to be... Would it have been just another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type show, or would it have kind of taken on its own life? I don't know. It's okay. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay. There's so much other stuff to watch, and we have the Marvel Netflix universe to be concerned with, and
you still got to watch Daredevil, don't you?
Yes. So yeah, that reminds me. So I have Supergirl, Daredevil, Into the Badlands, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and DC Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I really wanted to watch that as well.
Yeah, that's shorter too. That's 16 episodes.
Okay.
I think it just ended.
That's good. So yeah, a good amount of catching up.
There's too much. Plus, there's going to be new shows coming out next year. I don't know. I can't think of any right now, but
don't tell me them. I will be overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's just there's so many.
On that same tip, can we move into movies?
Yes.
Okay. So, in light of Civil War being incredible, I have started back at square one with the MCU.
Oh.
Okay. So, so far, I've only watched Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk. I'm going back and watching them chronologically when they came out.
Okay.
Release dates. And the other reason that I'm doing this is I haven't properly rated them or ranked them yet for myself ever. Because as they've come out, I've just watched them. That one's awesome. This one's awesome. That one's awesome. And now we're at a point, because we talked about Civil War and how it's the culmination of everything they've done, right? So like this movie could not exist without all of the things that they did before it, but it's such an amazing thing that they've built the universe that they have, that they can do something like Civil War. So it's really interesting going back. And again, I've only watched the 2 so far. And so far, my list is Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk.
So Iron Man's number 1.
Iron Man's number 1.
As of right now.
As of right now. Now, a couple things that are interesting in revisiting them. Iron Man is still unbelievable.
Yep.
It's so well done. It's just a really good movie. It's really interesting seeing Tony Stark at the starting stages versus like who he is in Civil War.
Yeah.
It's such
Huge
a
difference.
Yeah, it's such a gradual, like graceful character arc from where he started to where he is now. And it's so great. He's so funny. Robert Downey Jr. has been Tony Stark like since the beginning. Like he just is so great at that character. One thing is I remember Terrence Howard being Rhodey.
Yep.
And I love Terrence Howard. So I was stoked when he was in that movie and thinking we were going to see him again in the future. And I was bummed when he got recast, partially because I really don't like when characters get recast.
I hate it.
It drives me crazy.
Voice actors drive me nuts. We talked about it before.
Dude, voice actors are the worst. That might be the worst.
That's why it's hard for me to watch the new Ninja Turtles, because the voices change like all over the place. So I'm like,
yeah.
Like it's just really difficult to get adjusted to the voices.
Well, I think they're all. It's just Leo, right? That really
Leo,
bugs
yeah.
you. Yeah. I totally get that. That one that is one that doesn't bother me too much.
Right.
A little bit because Seth Green's voice is so recognizable.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean?
so
Like
Seth
I
Green.
know that's Seth Green. But I don't mind him as Leo, and but in general, like voice actors being recast, for some reason I think is even harder to take.
Yep.
Because you're seeing the exact same thing, but you're hearing something different. At least when a character gets recast, everything changes.
Right.
I think that makes it easier.
Yep.
And all that to say, Don Cheadle is awesome. I love him as Rhodey now. And I never really had any doubts about him. I think I was just bummed when he got recast because
Right.
I don't like recasts, and I love Terrence Howard as an actor. So it was interesting going back and seeing him because he is different. And now at this point, we've seen War Machine and / Rhodes in like a lot more movies than I realized. He's in Iron Man 2.
Right.
He's in Avengers, I believe. No.
Iron Man 3, maybe.
Iron Man 3, Age of Ultron.
I don't even remember him in that.
I think he is. Look it up.
Like right now?
I don't know. I thought there were a couple that I was like looking at his list and I was like, oh shoot, like he was in a bunch of them. Let me do it. I'm gonna do it. You ready?
Yeah,
I'm
ready.
gonna do it. Go ahead.
But he
Talk.
was in Civil War as well.
He was in Civil War. Yep.
And yeah, I agree with you. I think I can only see him as, War Machine now. Like, Terrence Howard was cool, and I thought he was a good fit at the beginning, but, Don Cheadle is, I think, a lot better at this point. But maybe just because he's had more screen time, like he's been in it more.
So that's one thing that I was thinking about is he's been in a different situation.
Right.
Terrence Howard was only in the Iron Man movie, and then Don Cheadle has been surrounded by like the Avengers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he had different people to interact with, kind of a different situation. Although not always. I mean, he did star in Iron Man 2. Okay, let me see.
I just thought of a reflection, by the way.
He has been Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, which Iron Man 3, he plays a big part.
Yeah. And 2. I thought he was pretty big in 2 at the
Yeah,
end.
he was, for sure. Avengers Age of Ultron.
Man, I don't remember him in that.
Now Civil War.
Jeez.
And yeah, so I was just, I don't know why. So that's at least 4, right? How many is that?
4.
4. Yeah, so that's four of the movies that he's been in, and out of the 13 in the MCU. So I don't know. I was just realizing what a bigger part that has become,
right?
Than it was in the beginning, because Terrence Howard is. There's that moment where he looks at the War Machine costume or suit that's not finished.
Right.
Costume and suit are two very different things. And he looks at it and he's like, "Next time, baby."
Yep.
And I was at that moment, I was like, "Oh, poor Terrence Howard never got to be War Machine.
Not
like,
next time for you.
That sucks." Like, how bummed would you be?
Just, I mean, it was his choice though. He didn't get enough money.
I think I don't know if that was. It might have been, but I had read different things, and I remember his statement was that like he didn't even know he had been recast yet.
Oh.
I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
what I had gathered, I remember being like, well, it kind of sounds like there were some disagreements, and Marvel just decided to move ahead. Without like dealing with too much. But I was just like, oh man, that seems like such a bummer.
Yep.
Like, next time, baby.
And
then,
he like missed the opportunity to be in one of the most successful
You know what I'm saying?
movie universes ever.
so I don't know what happened there, but I feel for Terrence Howard, you know.
Poor
but
man.
But Cheadle's awesome as Rhodes, and then I watched The Incredible Hulk, right? The Incredible Hulk is so weird because it just feels so removed from the MCU in general.
Yep.
And now I like it. I'll say I like that movie. I think it's good. I think the Hulk scenes are awesome. I think when he fights Abomination at the end is great. But one thing that's weird is you see almost none of the actors ever again, except the guy who plays General Ross.
Yes.
We see him in Civil
we see
War.
his character again. We don't see
It's the same actor.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It is.
How?
I did not recognize him at all, but he got a promotion, and it's the same actor in Civil War.
I mean, it's right, but I just don't want to believe it.
Yeah, I know. So my friend schooled me on it a little bit because I was like, I've been making like posts on Facebook about it, like this is where I'm at with the MCU, blah blah blah, just starting conversation about it, and he was like, well, we see him again. And granted, I said almost none of the actors.
Right.
But we do see his character again in Civil War.
That blows my mind.
It's really weird. If you look it up, I looked it up. I was like, oh my gosh, that is him. So General, General. I think he's General in the Incredible Hulk.
Ross.
But yeah, Ross.
Yeah.
General Thunderbolt Ross. And he's also the one who presents the Sokovia Accords to the Avengers in Captain America Civil War. Other than him, we never see Ed Norton again. We never see Liv Tyler again. We don't hear anything about Betty, like Bruce's long lost love that he reunites with. And then,
at the end of the movie, does he say like, "Don't find me, don't look for me," or anything?
He fights Abomination, and he protects her, and then he just leaves. Like basically, I forgot this was in my hair. They show the very last scene is him in I think he's in British Columbia, and they show him sitting down like meditating, and he opens his eyes and they're green, and it implies that he is getting control of it.
Yeah.
Right. Which then the next thing we see is him in Avengers, Mark Ruffalo, where he's like, I'm always angry.
Right.
Like I've learned how to control it, basically. So there's not a definitive like, don't come look for me. It is implied that he leaves. And that's that.
it.
There's nothing about, you know.
I could see why they don't bring her up in Avengers because, I mean, you know, Hulk's not in it for. We are not watching it for the Hulk story. We're watching it for the Avengers story.
Right.
So
No, I get that, but it's just like,
why would she show up again if Hulk's not around?
well, a mention
Okay.
would be good. You know what I mean? Like we hear about Jane.
Yep.
Thor's like, oh, Jane's so-and-so, so
Right.
she'll be safe. And, you know, in Civil War, Pepper is mentioned, but you don't see her.
Right.
But it's just funny because the Incredible Hulk is like, Betty's like the main love interest. It's, you know, and I'm not saying they have to. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's just interesting because you could watch that movie alone and it feels kind of self-contained versus the rest of what happens in the MCU.
Yep.
Other than they do discuss some of the super soldier serum. That's how Abomination comes to be. And again, the fight scenes and everything, those are all super well done. I love them all. I think they're really good. I think Ed Norton is like a pretty stale Bruce Banner. Like he kind of is just, and I love Ed Norton, but I think he's just kind of bland.
Do you think he was better than the last Hulk in the 2003 Hulk?
I'd have to
movie?
watch the 2003 again. I mean, so we're talking about Bruce Banner, you know, like
Right.
he's the one that, because the Hulk scenes are, I mean, the Hulk's going to be awesome.
Right.
If you have good CGI and good, you know, a good action scene planned out, like it's going to look sweet,
Right.
you know? But like, look at Mark Ruffalo's, like nervous, weird, like rubbing his hands together, like very intellectual, like his conversations with Tony Stark and stuff like that. I think that that versus what we see Ed Norton do in The Incredible Hulk is just like light years ahead of what's going on. But I'm realizing now I mixed up my reviews because I said that Rhodey has more of an opportunity to interact with the Avengers. I was actually thinking about Bruce Banner.
He has more opportunities?
Yes, because Ed Norton as Bruce Banner is just in The Incredible Hulk. And his arc in that movie is he's just running. Like his story is that he's just on the run. He's not really interacting with many people. He's trying to be like this normal, like not standing out guy. A lot of it is him typing because he's getting in touch with the scientist that he wants to like help cure him. And then Hulk scenes, you know, and there's a couple interactions with Betty that are like, whatever, like really anyone could have done it. Mark Ruffalo's first stint as the Hulk is in the Avengers. So there's so much more going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not running away. He's joining this team. He meets Tony Stark. So as far as like, I don't know, just character stuff or acting opportunities, I guess. I don't even know how to word it, but you know what I mean? It's just such a different atmosphere.
Right, totally.
And that's I said that about Rhodey earlier, but really, Cheadle is in Iron Man 2 and 3 first, and then shows up at the Avengers. But anyways, Hulk is good, but it also doesn't have a post-credit scene.
Which is weird.
It's so weird.
But, I mean, like Iron Man does, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they just didn't think of it being a thing
Maybe.
at that point.
It's possible that they did like the post-credit scene and they were like, oh, we got to put another scene like tying it in with the Avengers because Tony Stark walks in and talks to Ross and in the bar, but it's before the credits. And I was like, man, even that's different. Like that's so weird.
So the only other thing I think of is maybe they were making that without the intention of doing a cinematic universe. Like maybe that went into production before Iron Man.
Well, I don't think so because the scene at the end of the movie is Avengers related. So I think it was just a choice, but after like it is now like you stay after the credits. Right. But I was watching Incredible Hulk and the scene shows up before the credits. I was like, what the heck is this? Like I intend to sit through a lot of words before I see any plotting for the future.
Yeah,
so.
At least with the DVDs or Blu-rays, you can just fast forward to the end.
Yeah. So it's just interesting how separate it feels. But it's a fun movie. It's it's in the box set. Like I'm watching them through on Blu-ray for the first time in my my collections, my Phase 1 collection. So it's good. Iron Man 2 is next, and then I think it's Thor and Cap.
Nice. Thor. It's been a long time since I've seen the first Thor and Iron Man 2. Those are the two I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, good stuff. And then. Another thing, we were talking earlier about Ash vs. Evil Dead. From the creators of Evil Dead, have you seen the preview for Don't Breathe?
No, I haven't. I've heard about it. Does it look creepy?
It looks terrifying.
Really?
Well, it's what I love about it is it's one of those like intensity driven films. So what I gather from the trailer is they show you a few kids trying to steal some money from this blind guy who lives in this house, and the idea is that they've heard that this guy's sitting on a ton of money, so they're going in to steal from him because he's blind. And one of the kids is like, "Isn't that kind of messed up? Steal from a blind guy?" He's like, "Nah, man, it'll be easy." So they go in there. And this is all in the trailer. The movie's not even out yet, so I can't spoil it. Although, Tim, I know you don't always like to watch trailers.
That's right. Horror movies, I like to see trailers.
Okay. The blind guy comes out, and they all stand still, right? But the guy ends up grabbing... So the kid has a gun, and he's aiming it at the blind guy, and they're just sitting there waiting to see what he's going to do. He grabs the gun, wraps the kid up, shoots the kid in the head. So then there's two other kids, guy and a girl, and they're just sitting there quietly. Like not moving, not breathing, and the blind guy turns around and leaves. Because when he grabs the kid, he says, "How many of you are there?" And he says, "It's just me, it's just me."
Okay.
So the blind guy doesn't know the other two kids are there. The rest of the movie is them being stuck in the house with this guy.
Jeez.
And they're discovering different things in the house, and at one point in the trailer, the guy goes, "Now you're going to see like I do," and he shuts down all the power in the house. So it's them reaching around, and you can just see them in the dark a little bit. It looks really good.
That's a really cool idea. I like that.
It looks great.
Oh, I'm excited because there hasn't been many scary movie previews that I've been like, oh, that's going to be a good movie. Like the only one I've seen is Conjuring 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The trailer for that, and I'm like, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But that sounds exciting. I want to see that.
Didn't you just see a scary movie?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it?
It's called The Darkness.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, it was very, very predictable. This is the new one with Kevin Bacon and Radha Mitchell.
Rada?
Rachda. It's not Rachda. There you go. Have the notes.
Huh.
Or Radha. Radha?
I'm going to go with Rada.
Rada. Now, what's interesting about that is there's a lot of people from different TV shows we watch in that movie.
Oh, dude, what?
That is the only reason, the only good thing I saw from the movie. Movie was very predictable. It totally copied the story of Poltergeist, like down to the Indian burial. Like the kid in it, who is
David
young,
Mazouz.
Yes, young Bruce in Gotham.
Yep.
He steals these stones from from the Grand Canyon. That's where they are.
Okay.
But they're ancient Indian burial stones. And so he steals them, and the house becomes possessed by all these people, Indian people.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. Then they get rid of the ghost and blah, blah, blah. And I don't feel bad spoiling it, because if you've seen Poltergeist, you've seen this movie.
Weird.
It's the same thing, but they did it very predictable. No good jump scares. Just blah.
Were you just bored?
Yeah, I was bored.
Weird.
I would probably give it like a 3 out of 10.
Oof.
I don't know. It just was not very good.
Did you give Fantastic Four a better review than that?
I might have. Well, because
I think you said 2. I think
yes,
you gave it a 2.
Fantastic Four. Oh. Yeah, but the only reason I bring it up, other than you saying, did I watch a scary movie, was that there were all these TV actors in it.
Yeah,
I thought it was neat.
Jennifer Morrison from Once Upon a Time. Ming-Na Wen from
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm. What was it like? I've always wanted to see her in another role.
It was weird, because she was like a mother. She was like so she... You know how she acts nice in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when she acts like friendly?
Yeah.
That's how she was.
Interesting. That's like what I've wanted to see is her in a different,
right? Because she's like serious action, So I was excited to see her.
Yeah.
So she was just like motherly, I guess.
That's cool.
But not even Kevin Bacon could save it.
Bummer, man. I haven't heard great things. What's it got for reviews on there?
It's got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb and a Metascore of 27.
Oof.
Out of 100. So
that's harsh.
That is harsh.
Yeah, I guess I won't be rushing out to see that.
Yep.
Then.
Might not even be worth watching on DVD or on demand or anything like
really?
That. Yeah, it's
rough, man.
It's just one of those horror movies that's like ho hum.
Yeah. Well, that's no good.
Yep.
Well, you have Apocalypse to look forward to. Oh, it's coming out soon.
That was my excited. Hear the reviews on that though?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't either.
But yes, I have. I mean, I haven't heard any details, but I'm seeing what happened with Batman vs Superman, where people are starting to say like, "Oh, it's not what it should be." Blah blah blah. It's bland. The villain sucks. Like all this stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna go see it, and
I agree. I mean, I'm a sucker for X-Men movies, so
yeah, I can't wait. And Rachel's a diehard. Like she flips out about X-Men, so I'm excited to see it. And I mean, I've loved, First Class and Days of Future Past were incredible. So I'm expecting a similar level of entertainment.
I agree.
And artistic cinema. Stop it.
I just love it.
I feel like there was another thing I was going to talk about, but
movie.
I don't know what it was. Yeah, I felt like it was movie related. Oh, yeah, man. Did you see the Assassin's Creed trailer?
Yes.
What do you think?
Cool.
I think it looks good.
that makes me think of video game movies, because it looks like a pretty solid attempt at a video game movie.
It really does.
But I read the other day that people think Angry Birds is going to be the most successful video game movie, which I didn't even think of it being a video game movie.
Me neither.
But
how do you feel about
I don't like
an
it.
app game? Like I don't know,
but it is a video game.
I guess, yeah.
It might beat out every other video game movie ever. Because, it's a kid's movie, it's animated.
Oh,
so,
yeah, for sure.
That's it. But Assassin's Creed, it looks good.
Yeah.
We don't have some nobody. We have
Michael Fassbender.
Yep.
Nice tie-in with X-Men.
Yes, exactly.
Smooth transition.
It was all part of the plan.
Let's talk about it.
So it looks like it's taking the story from the first one, which I'm completely fine with. It's going to be, I think it'll be neat
Yep.
to see. That's it. It looks cool.
All the proper signatures. It looks like he's going to be jumping off of stuff.
Right.
Costumes look good. And the setting, it looks like a live action version of the game.
Yeah.
If they handle the story well and awesome fight scenes, it could be good.
Yeah.
I mean, Fassbender's no joke. He's a solid actor. So I'm excited.
Yeah. He knows exactly what he's getting into with that. So that was cool. I'm definitely excited to see more about it. I think it's coming out this year, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Yep.
So that, and then did you hear about Nintendo?
No.
Oh,
What?
They are thinking about starting up movies. They're going to start making movies.
No.
Which is so funny. We were just talking about it a few podcasts ago.
Oh, man.
So they are talking with different film companies, like Universal and all those other, big wigs.
Does Disney own them yet?
No. I'll have nightmares. Disney's...
I don't know. Can you imagine a Disney Nintendo merger? That would be insane.
No, I couldn't.
They would take over the world.
It would be the end.
Yeah.
It would be the
beginning.
So they were saying within the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to start, working and developing movies. They want to. They haven't said they're doing it, but they want to. They're intending to. So, which people are throwing around. Let's do a Metroid movie. Let's do a Legend of Zelda movie. Everyone's saying no on a Mario movie, but that's fine. They tried.
Because what do you do? I still don't know how you make a good Mario movie.
I bet there is a way, but with all the other properties they have, Mario should be at the very end of that list.
I think so.
Because, a Metroid movie would be the best film ever.
It'd be so sick.
So sick. But, like we said before, it depends how adult they want to go with it.
Right.
Because it is the game's rated T, and it is an adult-type game.
Yeah.
So they could totally take that route and make it like a sci-fi, almost alien-type feel.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
So we'll see, but it was just super exciting that we were just talking about it.
Yeah, that's really funny. They must be listening.
Yep. Thanks, Nintendo.
What do you think? Who would play Samus?
Don't give me such questions.
I
would almost want it to be a nobody.
I would. I think I'd prefer that
because I would not want to associate. The only person that comes to my head is Scarlett Johansson.
Me too, but I don't. That's the problem though. Is she's like the action actress of the day. Like she's gonna be in Ghost in the Shell.
Yep. Which I think is stupid, but
yeah, a bunch of people do. A bunch of people are mad about it. Now, technically, isn't Samus? I mean, she's blonde, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what I picture as like Kristen Bell.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It'd be kind of cool to see her in a role like that because
I could never see her in an action type role.
Because lately she's Anna.
Yeah,
from Frozen.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think it would be cool to see her because I think I like seeing stuff like that. Like we've talked about it before, but when Heath Ledger got cast as the Joker, I was like, what?
Yeah. How insane.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna look for someone who looks like the role and or looks the part and I haven't really seen her do anything like that. I think that would be cool. But it would also be cool to get a nobody.
I think it'd be good to get maybe even a cosplayer that cosplays as Samus. I think.
But can they act?
That's the thing. They have to find a.
Because if you're going to do a video game movie, also, how mean does it sound to say, I hope they find a nobody?
I hope they.
It's young awful. Up and comer, perhaps. Yeah.
A new person.
Face.
Yes.
New face. Speaking of Scarlett Johansson, when I was watching S.H.I.E.L.D. last night, I was thinking how badly I want to see Agent May and Black Widow just fight a bunch of dudes for
that would be awesome.
I just want to see them fight people.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I know.
We should do a what if on what Marvel movie we would add to the list if we could.
I mean, I bet they're going to have every movie ever.
I don't think so,
Our
man.
what if is going to be
the one we
reality.
were talking about the other day that I said I wanted. I'm not going to say it now because I'm going to save it for the what if.
I don't remember, but
you don't remember?
You'll remind me, I think.
It's about two characters.
Howard and the Duck.
Howard. Oh, I still have that movie and haven't watched it.
It's the best film you'll ever see.
Howard the Duck's in the MCU.
He is.
Terrence Howard the Duck.
Good one.
He is. He's at the end of Guardians.
I like it. I think it's a funny one.
It is funny. I think I'm done here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got stuff in video games. I had to look.
All right, let's go. First, me.
Oh, okay.
I kind of beat Assassin's Creed
Holy crap! Thank the Lord.
Brotherhood.
You have been playing that for years.
I know.
Years.
It hasn't been years. Actually, this is the fastest time in which I've beaten a video game in a long time.
Yeah, like 6 months.
Yep, just about.
Did you
Actually,
like
it's been. I started it in Canada. It's probably only been 2 months. Ish. I did like it. I liked it a lot. I really want to play the other ones, but I have a bunch of other stuff I want to play first. I beat the whole campaign. I have a couple other things I can do, some side missions. I'm probably not going to 100% it.
Yeah, it's a lot for that game.
Yeah,
a lot of tedious stuff at the end.
Yeah, like I'm not going to find 115 flags.
No thanks.
It's literally just like finding things.
Yeah, you're just walking around, and you've done that the whole game. So why do it?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I do really like the Leonardo da Vinci side missions. Because they're all a little bit different and you get to use a different machine at the end of each one. Although I think using them is kind of a pain and they're not always super fun.
Sometimes they're clunky and difficult to use.
It took me like 6 tries to like shoot a guy on a horse with a flying machine. And I was like, okay, I get it. Game. This is enough. So those are fun to do though. But yeah, I'm done with that. And I think what I'm going to do, this is how my brain works. I'm like, all right, I played Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but is it 2 and 3 and then Brotherhood, or 2 Brotherhood and then 3?
2 Brotherhood, 3.
Okay. So I want to wait until GameStop is having one of those like buy 2, get 1 free deals and get Assassin's Creed 2, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I have 2.
Yeah, but I want to own them.
Wait, you have Brotherhood?
But it's only the disc.
Oh, it's not like the case.
It's not the case in the manual. You know what I'm saying?
Those games are wicked cheap now anyways. You might not even have to wait.
All right. You convinced me.
They also have the Ezio collection, which is 2 Brotherhood and Revelations.
Oh, really? It's all the same character?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ezio, so that's who you play as.
Now, I did get that crazy cliffhanger at the end of Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Which the emotions I don't even have to apply to it because I didn't play 2.
It was killer.
But it still was like, but it still was like, what?
Yeah.
And I remember 1 leaves you on a total cliffhanger too. So I'm excited to play the rest of them.
I think that's the best point of Brotherhood is that ending because you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I remember. And then we had to wait a whole year for the next one to explain it, which, I mean, it kind of does. Not very well, but you get it. It's a very confusing universe.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy. But at this point, I think they're trying to get it back to normal. Like the most recent game doesn't have a lot of story in the I guess real world. In the future world, it's got like very minimal, but a lot in the the Animus world. So I don't know what they're trying to do, but it is. I'd like to see, once the games are finished, to see the whole story together.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see it like that. But
maybe the movie will help us understand some things. I think I actually might play Borderlands next.
Nice.
I think I have some 360 games to play, but I also have my Xbox One, which I haven't started yet. I haven't started playing yet. I've played a little bit, but
right.
I think I'm going to start Ori on Xbox One, and I'm going to start Borderlands on 360.
Nice. Borderlands is really, really good.
Yeah, and I got it with gold, so
there you go.
I'm about to play that.
Ooh, he's about to. Anyways, and the other game I got was Doom.
Yeah, how's that? I've heard
amazing.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
It is so beautiful.
Why am I so young?
I guess I'm just boring. I'm sorry, guys.
You know what? I need something.
Oh, great. No pumpkin seeds. I hate you.
Sunflower seeds.
Oh, sunflower.
I yawn a lot throughout the day, and I don't know why.
Because you're always tired.
It's not you.
You gotta just slow down, man.
It's just, I'm going and going. I need the seeds.
The seeds.
I need the seeds. You want some?
Not yet. Not until this is over. Because you're rude and chewing in people's ears.
You were making that weird slippy slop noise earlier. No! All right, so tell me about Doom.
It's amazing. It's weird because nowadays people talk about games like how fluid they are. Have you ever thought about games and being fluid? Like, think like PS2 and GameCube and all that stuff.
Talking story-wise?
No. Like gameplay. Like nowadays, your games have increased frames, so it moves a lot smoother.
All right.
Have you ever noticed that before this generation? Or even thought about it? Probably.
I don't know if I really have. I mean, So we're talking like the fluidity of the character that you're playing as?
Right. So if you look left and right in a 30 frames game,
Yeah.
that's Assassin's Creed. Like that's that older generation look. And then it's hard to explain. Your eyes can just tell the difference, I guess.
So it's probably, yeah, I think that's part of what makes everything look so clean nowadays is, you know, if you turn to the left in a first-person shooter on 360, I imagine it like this, like the setting needs to generate at a certain rate so that you can see it as you're turning, and it's probably faster and clearer now on current consoles. Like that's the way I think of it. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's one of the things that increases and gets better that not everyone might notice or think of, but you watch it and you're like, this looks so good.
And that's exactly what it is with Doom. It looks so amazing because of how many frames. It's 60 frames per second, which is just, you know, double what it was on the older generation.
Wow.
So it makes the game look, to me, it's one of the best looking games I've played so far.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's right up there with Last of Us and like Uncharted looked really nice. So that's awesome. Gameplay's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredibly violent, very easy to play. Each gun has their own, like, you know, special abilities with it.
Oh, cool.
That's it. It's just like a really awesome. I'm so glad they took Doom and are making it again, you know, because it definitely goes a lot more towards the earlier Dooms.
Yeah.
Doom 1 and 2, because it's just they plop you on a map and they're like, good luck. And there's barely any direction. It's super confusing because it's just like this huge map and you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So that's what I really like about it is, you know, they plop you in, you're like, okay.
That's cool. You like that about it.
I like it. Because it does, each map takes me about an hour or so to beat it, which is totally fine with me. I like how long it takes.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
That's great.
It's just everything I've wanted.
I want to play it. I want to do some Let's Play of that.
I agree.
What else you got?
One last thing. Have you ever played a game called Sonic R?
No, what's that?
Have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
No? So this was a racing game that came out on Sega CD. So it's 3D. It's very early 3D, where it's you know, Sonic and friends, and they race.
I never played it, but I remember that.
You kind of know it. So terrible game. It's so bad. It just controls really, really bad, and the maps are like. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, like early attempt at 3D. But like Sonic moves like a broken car almost. Like he starts running and goes wicked fast. So when you try to take a corner, you just go flying forward like off the cliff.
That sounds awful.
It's so bad. But the reason why I bring it up is because I think it has the best video game soundtrack I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
It's so amazing.
Why?
You'll need to hear it because. There's just something about it. It's very so you know Sonic Adventure. You've played that. You know that soundtrack. How it's all like, you know, radical, awesome music. With
you
people
sing it all the time.
Exactly. I love it. So this is another prime example of that. It's just some British lady singing a bunch of different Sonic songs. Like, it's songs you never hear again, but when you hear it, you're like, this is it. It's so thrilling to play the game. I play it just for that.
How did you play it?
I have an emulator with the Sonic Gems collection.
Okay.
Because I have it on GameCube out there, but I don't have a GameCube, so.
So did you download the soundtrack somewhere?
I might go buy it even because it's that good.
That's so funny.
It's, I don't know what it is. It's just
Sega
something.
CD, man.
Sega CD, because they had Sonic CD on that too, and that had the song at the beginning, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. I'll play it here so I don't sound ridiculous. But I don't know how they do it, but Sonic music to me is like the best music ever.
It.
I love it.
You think it's all nostalgia or?
I don't know, because I never played Sonic R as a kid.
Right. Yeah, you just like it.
But hearing it makes me think I did play it as a kid.
Right.
Like it sounds a lot like the Sonic Adventure soundtrack. And it could be nostalgia.
What's that one song? It's on Sonic Adventure. Is it on? Or maybe it's Sonic. What is that one? Riders? Sonic.
It could be. So there is the Sonic Riders, but
Yeah, that's a game, right?
Yeah.
They just make that up.
yeah. Which one? Like Knuckles always had the rap. Sonic always had the
Really?
the cool one.
I'm trying to think. There's ones.
Do the beat.
There's one part that I can almost remember the lyrics. Something about like follow, like I will follow.
Yeah. Just keep on moving ahead.
Yeah.
Ah.
What is that from?
What is that? No time for guessing. Follow my. I know the lyrics. That's how bad I am.
Yeah, and then something instead.
Follow me, set me free. That's City Escape. Sonic
City
Adventure
Escape.
2.
Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that one.
Yes.
That one always. Follow me. I just want to do
Set me free.
Set me free. What's the
Yes.
part when she goes high? Or is it?
It's a guy.
Is it a guy?
There are girl songs in it, but
I thought that one was a girl.
there are other ones.
But that's the song I'm thinking of, though.
That's one of the biggest ones. Everyone knows that.
So funny.
So, anyways, that's my love for Sonic soundtrack.
Dropping
I don't
seeds
know what
everywhere.
it is, but I just love them all.
You love it.
You throw any song at me that's Sonic related, and I'm like, this is it. But
Yeah,
I mean, they're probably not even good songs. I just like them. My
Alright.
ears, I
That
like.
that one's a good song.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Set me free.
I really like the Silent Hill soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
They're terrifying. I used to own all 4 of them.
Really?
Yeah, they were all Japanese imports, and then I sold them.
You're the
and
worst.
I regret it.
Yeah. Oh, Silent Hill is such an iconic theme, too.
Yep.
Like, I just...
Oh, the reprise, the Silent Hill. Oh, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So good. And who I think we've talked about him before, Akira Yamaoka. Mm-hmm. He is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So, if anyone can ever find those soundtracks, you can send them to me.
No, send them to me. And all your Sonic soundtracks.
Don't you own them all?
No. I should. They're
You
tough to
should.
find, though.
You're not even a real fan.
I know.
Video game soundtracks are not easy to find.
No, they are not.
We should make a playlist.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Where?
I don't know, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Could we do that and then like share it or something?
Of like our favorite songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, you can just like have a playlist and then like or save those videos to the playlist.
We should do that on the Keep Up channel and then we'll share it.
We'll share it with you guys.
Yeah. Just a thought.
That's it. That
got-
should have almost been music.
Yeah, I mean, but all bled in. We also talked about video game movies.
Right.
It's good. Very, very smooth today.
Smooth. I got one last thing in comics.
Ooh, let's do it.
Okay.
What is it?
Hey, so have you heard of a comic called Future Quest?
No.
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 So this is a, I have it written down as a Hanna-Barbera team-up comic.
What?
Do you know who Hannah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has Johnny Quest, Space Ghost, Birdman and the Galaxy Trio, Herculoids. That's all I have written down, and more. But it's like,
What?
think Avengers team up with all those Hanna-Barbera characters.
That sounds awesome.
It's a new comic that just came out. The art
It just came out?
just came out. First issue came out this week.
No way.
And it looks amazing.
Really?
So all the like early Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like I just listed, Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, they're all somehow together and team up and are saving the world. And
Now-
yeah.
Do you know like what tone it takes? Like, is it serious?
I think it's a mixture. All I've seen is the cover, and it's the most beautiful thing. I almost want that as a poster because
Really?
the artist, whoever did it, is amazing. I really didn't look into it much, but it looks from the cover, from what I could tell, it looks serious, but also in the vein of the cartoons.
Okay.
So it's like, how the cartoons were serious, but also funny, like cartoons.
Yeah.
So that's
Well
what I
put.
got. Yeah. So, but I didn't know if you heard about
No,
it.
it's called Future Quest.
Future Quest, which
Wow.
is a sweet title.
Do you know who's putting it out?
I know nothing about it.
Interesting.
I just wanted to bring it up because it looks exciting. I'll do some more research on it. I should have done research, but I was just like, I saw it and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
That sounds awesome. Speaking of knowing nothing about something, here's something I know a little bit about.
Okay.
The Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover
Yes.
just came to an end. The last issue came out. I haven't read any of them. So I don't know if I wait for trade or if I go out and try to find them.
Wait for trade.
Yeah, I might. But I remember it's funny, we talked about that when it first got announced,
Yep.
and now it's wrapping up.
Now it's
So,
finished. That's
yeah.
cool, though, that it's how many issues, do you know?
I think it was 6.
That's great.
I could be wrong, but I think it was 6. And the final cover showed Batman, the Turtles, and Shredder, and Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, I thought they throw in Joker.
Nope.
I'm glad they didn't. Joker's
Interesting, right?
Insane. Yeah.
So,
Oh, that I could see how the story's
yeah.
formed like that, though.
So I'm definitely going to read that. I'm interested in that. And Future Quest, man, I got to look into that.
I know. I like I said, I should have done research, but I suck.
Yeah, that's all right. You brought it up. Yeah, I know more now than I did.
Yep.
And maybe maybe our viewers do too, and listeners. I'm done.
From viewers like you, thank you. That's it for me.
Yeah, I don't have anything else either. We'll have hopefully some cool announcements soon of some interviews we got coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I know I keep bringing it up, but things are unfolding, and we have to go film some videos now.
So, get out of here, you jerks.
Yeah, keep the change, you filthy animal.
Oh, wait, no, that's after he shoots.
Is it? Oh yeah, you're right.
So I was wondering,
What?
is rotisserie chicken
Nope.
a duck?
I
If you cook it upside down, do you think you could change it to a new animal?
goodbye. Thank you.
Could you buy?
Thanks for stopping by.
Could buy. Rotisserie chicken, my friend. Is it a duck? Think about that. Brett, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
The duck.
No, it has to be the French fry.